What's up, everyone? It's Brian from the Xact Cybersecurity YouTube channel. Welcome to another video where we help educate you about all things cybersecurity, what's going on out there, what you can start doing to protect yourself. We're hitting a live stream today to go live to the channel to bring you a quick update on this report that the U.S. Marshals Service has been hacked. And I'm going to do things a little bit different than I normally do today. If you guys want to post a comment while I'm live, you can do that in the chat. Otherwise, tell me if you like this video. Hit the like button. Let me know you like this style of video that I'm doing, kind of like live demo type stuff. I'm going to bring up basically how we verify this stuff on the dark web and what dark web sites look like. Going to use this as an example because here's what's going on. They're saying that this ransomware group, Hunters International, has leaked 386 gigs of sensitive data from the U.S. Marshals Service. So we don't know how it happened as of yet, or if this information is really legitimate. So one of the things that we'll do on our threat intelligence team is we'll go out to the dark web and start taking a look at this stuff and start verifying what's going on out there. So just going to take a look here real quick and make sure I have everything set up correctly. And it looks like we do, but let me jump over to YouTube and see what's going on over there real quick, and just pull up that to make sure everything is coming across okay. And it looks like it is. It looks like it might be a little on the blurry side coming up here, but looks like we're generally good. So let's just jump over. I'm going to share my screen here and kind of talk about what's going on with the U.S. Marshals Service, what's going on with this hacking group called Hunters International. So we're going to talk about all that stuff right now and get into it in this video. So let me flip over here. I think this will be a good view right here for everybody to kind of see the screen. So this is the Shiny Hunters, or not Shiny Hunters, Hunters International. Getting my groups confused here. This is their dark web leak site. This is kind of what it looks like. They look all different ways. They don't all. This one's actually a pretty nice one compared to some of the ones that are out there. They disclose information about hacks. And the one I have up on the screen, when this page actually loads, they come up in a certain order. And the first one that comes up is this Hanon Systems. The information that we're seeing here is, $7.2 billion in revenue. They have 20,000 employees. So they have all this information, about the company just right on the dark web leak site. Just, kind of giving everybody a nod that, like, we know who we're dealing with here. We know who data is that we have, or if they have them ransom, they know the ransomware that they have. And this particular company, we'll look at some others in a second here, but this particular company, Hanon Systems, all their data has been published, which means that they didn't negotiate successfully with this group, and all of the 2.3 terabytes of data that this criminal organization has stolen, is available for you to download right off of this website. So if we click on the next site, we have this company called the Gill Corporation. You can see all kinds of screenshots and stuff that is here on this website in terms of what this ransomware group could potentially have. It shows you when things were published. All data was published as of August 6th. You can kind of see that they started releasing this on July 31st. And they start releasing data and pictures, and the every day that goes by, this is the kind of the game these groups play. Every day that goes by, they release more information, hoping that information that they're releasing get you scared enough to where you pay the ransom. And companies, all over the world get hacked. It's not just companies in the United States. We have companies in Japan. Looks like this might be the treasury of the coast of Ivory. And then we kind of get down here to the topic of today's video, which is the U.S. Marshals Service. And they are 100% on here. They're saying that they have gang information, confidential information, top secret information, FBI docs. Now you can come on here and you can, figure out how to get access to this site yourself and figure out if this is legitimate information. I'm not here to do that. But it just gives you a little bit of a perspective, I hope, on what these sites look like, what these dark websites look like, what they do on them. Now, the Marshal Service has a little bit over a day, just like these other companies that you can see up on the screen. They have a little bit over a day to respond before, I guess, all of the information is exposed on this dark web leak site. And that's really, this organization, this is what their dark web leak site looks like. And, some of these companies are publicly traded. Some of them are not. Some of them are governments. And they have everything kind of all sorted up here. So if you want to see like which publicly traded companies are under the gun, which companies in the U.S. are under the gun, it shows you there's 91. There's a lot of companies that are in this one ransomware group's dark web leak site. And there are hundreds of these ransomware groups and these sites that exist out there that security researchers and threat intelligence people like the team that I have here at Xact, this is what we look at. And this is what we go to figure out to see if an organization has been really hit by ransomware or not. And all this information is freely out there for people to see. And the scary thing is like your passports, your licenses, your personally identifiable information, actual pictures of them exist on the dark web in a lot of cases. I'm going to do a video roundup this week on a bunch of hacks. I mean, I'm starting to do these videos because I realize that covering one cyber attack at a time as they happen isn't enough. Like there's too many companies getting hacked and too many organizations getting hacked every week that I think people need to really understand the gravity of what's going on out there, how companies like Dick's Sporting Goods are not protecting your information, and your information is spilling over into places like this. And this is what they have their hands on: your pictures, your kids' information when they hack schools and stuff like that. So this is scary stuff. People need to take this stuff a lot more seriously than they do. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, drop them in the chat. I'd be happy to answer them while we're on the live stream. But I wanted to kind of bring this up and show people like this is what's going on the dark web. And this is how these organizations find out about this stuff. Now, we don't know if the U.S. Marshals Service was actually hit or if it was some kind of an affiliate or some kind of partner that they deal with. We've seen companies that just store information for organizations like the U.S. Marshals Service that have been hit recently. And while those organizations, those third-party data storage providers are the ones who are actually hacked, we see things like this that happen where potentially ransomware groups run to the internet. We saw it with the Federal Reserve, quote unquote, hack, where yes, there was Federal Reserve information, but what was actually hacked was a bank. So it remains to be seen what happens here. But U.S. Marshals Service has had a history of being hacked. They've been hacked in the past, and they've admitted to it. So are we dealing with hack number 2 for U.S. Marshals Service? So put all this together, folks. I mean, I talk about this all the time. It's unbelievable to me how much organizations, businesses, large and small, don't pay attention to this stuff, don't invest enough money in this stuff. And ultimately, they don't end up being the victims of these crimes. The individuals end up being victims as, all these companies that are listed here, if they don't pay, this information ends up on the dark web for other criminals to do something with, and that's not fun. You will experience things down the road. It might not hit you today. It might not impact you today. And you might be sitting here saying, it's never happened to me. I don't think this is really going to happen. I don't think my identity is going to get stolen. I'm trying to warn people and tell people that this hasn't been happening at the level we've seen it ever in the history of humankind. We're in a new world where all this information is spilling over into places because companies are failing to protect it. And ultimately, companies aren't the ones who have to deal with the problems that result from this. Companies might have to deal with class action lawsuits. Maybe they get a slap on the wrist, but it's not enough. And businesses today are making a calculated decision to take these risks and not protect this information because it costs too much to protect your information. That's really what the bottom line is here, and why companies don't do this stuff and why they're being irresponsible with your data. So you need to make sure that you're just not freely giving your data away and your information, your personal documents, passports, birth certificates, all those things. You can't be just giving them away willy-nilly to anybody. Make sure you know what they're doing with those things and how they're protecting those things. And if you don't get a good sense that they're doing the right thing, then don't give it to them. You got to take this stuff in your own hands. Otherwise, you're going to end up being a victim of one of these cyber criminals. So that's the deal. I wanted to keep the video quick and short, kind of give everybody a quick glimpse into this attack on the purported attack on the U.S. Marshals Service, and kind of a glimpse into the dark web and how you kind of get here and what happens when you get here and what it looks like. And this is it. And this is the information. So, get on there yourself. It's not real difficult, in my opinion, to get on the dark web. You do have to take some precautions, but go out there, see if you can start figuring this stuff out yourself, or rely on companies like us to tell you if your stuff is out there on the dark web, waiting for a cyber criminal to come along one day and decide that he's going to pick on you today. Because that's kind of how this is working. These individuals, end up starting to receive messages. All kinds of bad things start to happen to individuals when their information ends up on a dark website, and these cyber criminals decide that they are going to pick on you today. So if you want more information, want me to expand on any of these topics, let me know, drop it down in the comments. But make sure you like the video. Check out the links in the description if you need help with any of this stuff. I have consulting options, coaching programs, along with the services that my company, Xact I.T and Cybersecurity, do. Appreciate the support. See you in the next video. Take care, everyone.